Let's talk about the components of material procurement process. The procurement of materials is a crucial aspect of any organization's operations, and the material procurement process is a complex process that involves several components, or stages. Each stage requires careful planning and execution to ensure that the procurement process is efficient, effective, and delivers the desired results. Here's a more detailed explanation of the different components involved in the material procurement process. The first stage of the material procurement process is the identification of the need for a particular material or item. This could be due to various reasons, such as an increase in demand for a particular product or service, an existing item that needs to be replaced, or a new product line that requires new materials. The procurement team needs to identify the need accurately to ensure that the procurement process is aligned with the organization's requirements. Once the need has been identified, the next stage is to identify potential vendors or suppliers that can provide the required materials. The selection of vendors is based on various factors such as price, quality, delivery time, reliability, and the vendor's reputation in the market. It is essential to evaluate each vendor carefully to ensure that they are capable of meeting the organization's requirements. The next stage is to send a request for quotation (RFQ) to the shortlisted vendors. The RFQ includes details such as the required materials, quantity, delivery time, and price. It is essential to provide detailed specifications to the vendors to ensure that they can provide an accurate quotation. The procurement team needs to ensure that the RFQ is comprehensive and covers all the necessary details. After receiving the quotations from vendors, the procurement team may engage in negotiations with the vendors to get the best price and other favorable terms. This stage requires skilled negotiation techniques to ensure that the organization gets the best deal possible. Once a vendor has been selected, the next stage is to create a purchase order (PO) detailing the materials, quantity, delivery date, price, and payment terms. The PO acts as a contract between the organization and the vendor, and provides details on the materials required and the terms of the procurement. The procurement team needs to ensure that the PO is accurate and includes all the necessary details. The vendor will then send an order confirmation, which includes the final details of the order, such as delivery date and the exact quantities of the materials ordered. It is essential to verify that the details in the order confirmation match the details in the PO to ensure that there are no discrepancies. This stage requires attention to detail to ensure that the organization receives the correct materials. The materials are then delivered to the organization, and the procurement team will verify that the materials received match the details in the PO and are of the expected quality. It is essential to inspect the materials carefully to ensure that they meet the organization's requirements. This stage requires a thorough inspection process to ensure that the organization receives the best quality materials. Once the materials have been received and verified, the procurement team will process the invoice and make payment to the vendor. It is essential to process the invoice promptly to ensure that the vendor is paid on time and to maintain a good relationship with the vendor. This stage requires prompt action to ensure that the vendor is paid promptly. After the materials have been received, the procurement team will update the inventory records to reflect the new stock and monitor the inventory levels to ensure that there is enough stock to meet the organization's requirements. It is essential to maintain accurate inventory records to ensure that the organization has a clear picture of the materials available. This stage requires attention to detail to ensure that the inventory records are accurate. Finally, the procurement team will evaluate the performance of the vendor based on factors such as delivery time, quality, pricing, and other relevant factors. The evaluation will provide valuable insights into the vendor's performance and will be used to make future procurement decisions. It is essential to evaluate the vendor's performance regularly to ensure that the organization is working with the best vendors in the market. This stage requires a rigorous evaluation process to ensure that the organization is getting the best value for its money. In conclusion, the material procurement process is a complex process that involves several components, or stages. The procurement team needs to be skilled in each stage of the process to ensure that the procurement process is efficient, effective, and delivers the desired results. By following a comprehensive procurement process, the organization can ensure that it gets the best value for its money and meets its material requirements effectively. For your time spent on this session, feel free to meet our partners by sending an inquiry email to contact us at t24global.com. Most of our partners have 15 to 20 years industry experience. So, please get in touch for any quick, managed business process and IT consulting needs.